In my early 20s, I moved to the big city of Tel Aviv and I met an Armenian boy which I fell in love with very fast. He told me quite early in our relationship that he's going to get married with an Armenian girl next summer. In our last night together, I asked him, what will happen if you have, a gay son? And he smiled at me in his very macho smile and said, come on, look at me. Does it look like it can happen? 15 years later, I got a letter from him. And in the letter he wrote that until this day he's not sure he did the right choice back then. And he hoped I have a happy life, at least happier than his. That happened a year and a half ago, and that was the starting point of Darkroom. I want to introduce you to the main location of Darkroom. This is the central bus station of Tel Aviv. It's located in South Tel Aviv, which is a main area for refugees from Africa and Asia to come. When they built the station, they planned it to be the biggest one in the world. But when they finished it, it was only secondary to New Delhi. Next to this concrete monster, my main character lives. Artyom is a 17-year-old Armenian boy. He's tough, he's big, he's violent. Not a lot of people like to be around him. He lives in a small apartment with his dominating mother and his younger brother who looks up to him. During the days, Artyom works in the basements of the bus station. He basically sells African refugees to construction sites all over Israel. The boss of the family and the criminal business is the manipulative mother of Artyom, Annette. Basically, she looks at her son as a little man, as her little man. And hopefully he will grow up later on and will lead the business and will lead the family. So she controls every aspect of his life. The main way is through the security camera room of the station. Through the screens, she can see everything her son does. Where does he go? What business does he do? Who he's talking to? So basically she knows everything about him. At least she thinks so. The only thing that Artyom hides from his mother is a passionate love story with a boy, with a hairdresser that works in the bus station. This love story goes on for quite a while. And when Annette finds out about it, she goes crazy and she confronts him.
What is it, mother?
And tells him he has to stop it right away because he's risking the family business and risking the family future. But Artyom just can't get enough from his love. So the next solution Annette brings in order to bring her son back on track is the Armenian bride. When Astrich, the bride, comes from the Armenian quarter in Jerusalem to marry Artyom and finds out about the love story he has with the boy, her reaction surprises him, and the wedding night becomes from a disaster into redemption night. Basically, it's the perfect cover story for him to continue to do whatever he wants and for her to keep the love affair she has with the older married man. The bubble of happiness and freedom explodes when Artyom has to decide between saving the life of his lover, Amir, or saving the life of his family. In that day, he takes his gun and goes to the desert with Amir. The plan is to kill Amir and leave the body there. But when it comes to the moment when he has to pull the trigger, he just can't do it. So he goes back to the station with Amir, and Artyom's younger brother, disappointed brother, finishes the work for him. Artyom awakes to the reality that he was trying to run from all his life. Darkroom is a hectic, wet, sweaty portrait of a young boy who is trying to walk on a very, very thin rope and balance between his true self and his honest devotion to his family. He cannot lose any of them, and each one put an obstacle on his way. The film, as Artyom, is a constant run, describing every muscle, every move, every mood on his face, when he's trying to take his split world and make it into one.